Hello and welcome to S24 Rundown. I am Zainab Ibrahim and here is our news in brief. Now the news in details. To start with, President Bola Tinubu has obtained the All Progressive Congress APC expression of interest and nomination forms ahead of the 2027 presidential election, formally signaling his intention to seek a second term in office. The forms, which cost 100 million naira, were purchased on his behalf in Abuja by James Falike, a member of the House of Representatives representing Ikeja Federal Constituency. The APC National Organizing Secretary Suleiman Arugungu presented the document to Falike at the party's national secretariat as the process for the upcoming primaries got underway. Now, Nigeria has adopted a new national policy on food and nutrition covering 2026 to 2035, aimed at improving food security and nutrition outcomes across the country. The decision was taken by the National Council on Nutrition during its 15th meeting chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima, where the Federal Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning directed to forward the policy to the Federal Executive Council for approval. The framework in both public and private sectors is described as a comprehensive, evidence-based and multi-sectional strategy to tackle malnutrition nationwide. The policy also mandates ministries, departments and agencies to align their programs with its objective within a year, while states are required to implement nutrition action plans and establish functional nutrition council. The chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ola Olukoyede, has called on Nigerian universities to adopt artificial intelligence as a tool to strengthen transparency and curb corruption in their systems. Speaking in Kano at a conference of pro-chancellors of state universities, he urged institutions to integrate AI into governance and financial management processes, recommending the creation of dedicated digital governance structures and strategies to improve accountability. Olukoyede also encouraged universities to invest in broadband infrastructure, cybersecurity and cloud-based data system while collaborating with the EFCC for training and intelligence sharing. Now, armed bandits have attacked Lilo village in the Mada district of Gusau local government area of Zamfara state, forcing residents to flee their homes for safety. The raid caused widespread panic as villagers abandoned their belongings and escaped to nearby communities to avoid being caught in the violence. The incident is part of a continued wave of attacks in the state, where rural communities have increasingly come under threat from heavily armed groups. Nigeria is facing fresh pressure to increase its crude oil output following the decision of the United Arab Emirates to exceed the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. The UAE said it was leaving the cartel to prioritize national interests and expand production capacity beyond OPEC-imposed limits, a move experts say could destabilize the global oil market and weaken the group's ability to control supply. Analysts note that the UAE, which has the capacity to produce over 4 million barrels per day and aims for 5 million by 2027, had long been constrained by OPEC quotas. One of the key reasons behind its exit for Nigeria, the development could lead to increased calls for a higher production quota above its current allocation of about 1.5 million barrels per day, though concerns remain about its ability to meet such targets. Finally, on the internationals, jihadist fighters and Tuareg separatist rebels have taken control of the key northern Malian town of Kidal following a series of coordinated attacks on military positions. The assault targeted strategic locations held by the ruling junta and its allies, forcing Malian and allied forces, including Russian-backed troops, to withdraw from the area. Kidal, long considered a stronghold of separatist movement, is seen as highly symbolic and strategically important in Mali's ongoing conflicts. Now, moving on to business news with Hadiza Galadima. Let's hold on for Hadiza.
Thank you, Zainab. Hello and welcome to your business update for Wednesday, April 29th, 2026. From the push for industrialization in West Africa to record-breaking payouts in the banking sector, here is what we have on the docket this afternoon. We start with Nigeria making a strategic play to move from being a primary producer to a dominant industrial force in the global share market. Speaking at the Share 2026 conference in Accra, trade officials emphasized that Nigeria will account for 40% of global share nut supply, will no longer settle for raw exports. Under the renewed hope agenda, the government is shifting focus towards domestic processing and agro-industrialization to create jobs and capture more value from the multi-billion-dollar industry. And investors in Guaranteed Trust holding company GTCO are seeing green as shareholders officially approve a massive 466.38 billion naira dividends payout for the 2025 business year. The move highlights the continued resilience of Nigeria's Tier 1 banks despite a high interest rate environment. Shareholders praised the board for its innovation and record-breaking returns during a period of significant banking recapitalization reforms. And in a major shift for continental energy security, several East African nations are reportedly in talks to establish a unified fuel supply chain anchored by the Dangote refinery in Lagos. This comes as global conflict continues to disrupt traditional supply routes, driving up energy costs. The move aims to reduce Africans' reliance on European and Asian refined products, leveraging Nigeria's refining capacity to stabilize fuel prices across the East African region. And over to the Nigerian exchange, it hit a new milestone this week with the all-share index surging 2.23% to a record of 228,579.80 points. This rally boosted market capitalization by 3.2 trillion naira, pushing year-to-date returns to nearly 47% and maintaining the local bourse's status as a global top performance in 2026. Structurally, the exchange has successfully transitioned to its new extended trading hours, now running from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. daily. This shift aims to deepen liquidity and better align with international financial hubs, marking a strategic new era for the Nigerian capital amid strong investors' confidence. And also, finally, in the world of safe havens, this narrative is changing. Gold, typically the go-to refuge during conflict, has actually lost some lustres this morning. Prices are hovering around $4,873 per ounce as investors liquidate holdings to raise cash for higher yielding equity opportunities. This liquidity crunch in traditional assets is steering more focus towards our capital core, specifically agribusinesses and green bonds. For those looking to hedge against this inflation, these local productive sectors are increasingly looking like the new safe bets. That's your business update for today. It's time now to get a broader perspective on the news with Zainab Ibrahim and Abubakar Turaki with our newspaper review after the break. Do stay with us and have a productive day ahead. Have a good afternoon.
Welcome back from that break, and thank you so much, Hadiza Galadima, for the business news. Now to our next segment, the newspaper review, and I will be doing this with Abubakar Turaki. Hello, Abubakar.
Hello.
Good to see you. You're looking good today, as always. Okay, so we'll be starting with today's business, and we'll be starting with the Punch newspaper. On its front page, it says, 2027 election, Tinubu, APC bigwigs, peak forms, GAC backs Hamzat. this is like a known information that even after hearing it, we're still, you know, amazed and excited about it, that, oh, finally, what we've predicted. Oh, we all know that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is planning to run for the second term. But even after picking the nomination form, it still feels like, oh, we never knew. What would you say about Tinubu idea of going for the second term and picking the nomination form?
That would be only those people that are financially stable can afford some presidential ticket in this country, because the sum of 100 million naira is not a small money. It's a huge amount of money, and I believe it's only those that are in the position of authority can afford to do that. So this is to tell you that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is ready, and as he came with the mantra or slogan, renew hope. So maybe he's trying to renew his hope.
So, you know, this is given, the nomination form was even picked by a strong Falike.
James Falike.
Yes, a strong supporter of. So it's showing a level of support and agreement that we actually want this man to be back for the second time.
But
is that a level of cooperation? Like,
not every Nigerian is supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You know, sometimes James Falike, President Tinubu is James Falike, political godfather. And he can do everything to see that his godfather have continued from where he stopped. So recently we have seen some political underground settings has been going on because politicians have a way of manipulating and have a way of showing that they are smart to Nigerians. Since yesterday, we have been watching the things that have been unfolding. I have not seen two candidates that went to Ladi Kwali and obtained it from themselves. They have been sending their voice on the ground, saying that this is the coalition of northern youth. They are here to buy a form for so person. We have even seen yesterday some organized youth went ahead and bought form to former IGP Mohammed Abubakar Adamu, who is going to contest at Nasarawa State. We have also seen yesterday Buba Shehu Umar from Bauchi State. Some younger people today went ahead and bought that form for him. And even recently, before I enter, I saw some coalition of youth from Gombe went ahead and bought ticket for Professor Isa Ali Pantami. So you see, they are trying to refine and play their own card well. Trying
to show that whoever is getting the form actually have a backing from a group of people,
which to many Nigerians, this is just a setting, because we have seen many situations whereby a politician, especially from the Senate, they will go to the Senate, first tenure, second tenure, and third tenure, when they are having some conflict between them and their state government. Because we have seen recently between the governor of Gombe State and the senator that is representing Gombe Central, former governor Danjuma Gode, they have been having squabble. But we saw recently on social media that a group from Akko local government are supporting Danjuma Goje to continue his good work. You see, these are kind of some behind-the-scene things that are taking place among Nigerian politicians. So all this thing that is going on should not try and discourage Nigerians.
If they should not think that all hope is lost and this person is actually going to support them.
If the politicians are not tired of contesting, then why will Nigerians get tired of voting the right person?
Yes, we will not get tired of voting, and verily, even this coming election, people should be going out to vote.
I'm advising and encouraging people, let them go out and vote and exercise their own franchise.
So, talking about if Tinubu is supported or not, how do you see Tinubu as a very ambitious and calculative politician who has been in power, moving gradually from one stage to another, from Lagos State government to another, now to the extent of getting to presidency, like he predicted that he was going to win election, and just like he's predicting again that he's going to come back for the second time?
You know, sometimes when Tinubu, before he came to power, he have been chanting Emilakon.
Yes, it's my turn.
It is my turn. So this to tell you that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's a seasoned politician. Because we have seen when he started, when he was a senator, governor, and he stayed for a while. He came back, they formed a coalition, they formed a merger, they brought the APC into government, and now he waited for his time. He was able to win the presidential ticket, and he won the election. And now 2027, Nigerians are going for another election. He has been calculating everything. And I'm not supporting, but rather we are trying to analyze.
Yes.
Tinubu political mentorship is good, because most of Nigerians politicians are lacking mentorship, because Tinubu have mentored many young politicians.
Absolutely. You know, that is what I'm talking about, like away from what he has done or what he has not done, because some people are of the opinion that he has not actually done well. Why is he returning? And some are even saying that he's never going to come back because he never did anything. But this person is so certain. At least if you're going to learn from me, you can't totally trash him. There are so many things you learn from him. As youth, what do you think the youth should like emulate from Tinubu calculative way of politics?
Perseverance and consistency, and doing what is supposed to do at the right time.
Should I add loyalty to it?
Okay, yeah, loyalty, because he has been loyal to many people, and he has also been loyal to oh my god.
Can we just move on? Okay.
He has been loyal to him, and you know how Tinubu was very loyal to Buhari. He wasn't able to interfere in most of Buhari's decisions.
Yes,
he waited until when it is time, and he started chanting Emilokon is my time. I think Nigerian youth should at least learn the good side of Tinubu for being perseverance and a politician that has ideology. Whenever he wants to chase something, he will do it no matter what. Because you know, when he came to power on 29 May, that was 2023, he said that the fuel subsidy has gone. They have been chanting calls, both internal and external call, that they should bring back the subsidy, but they have said that they have been gone. So it's only a strong politician that know what he's doing for him to start that thing. But I believe if truly Nigerians are not okay with his style of leadership and the way he's exercising his way of leadership, Nigerians have a way of changing him.
You know, people have been clamoring that the situation of the country is so bad, and they do not think Tinubu will be returning. But we are not in a position to tell if Tinubu will be returning. Of course, we'll be deciding that at the 2027 election. But if Tinubu returns, you will be wondering who are the people that voted him in.
When someone is in the position of power, you know, they can do everything to win election, because many Nigerians are wondering how is it that former President Goodluck Jonathan was able to conceive defeat. In his book, My Transition Hours, he wrote it categorically clear there that why he considered defeat from President Buhari, it was just because there are external forces, like maybe from foreign countries, they wanted to destabilize the country. And he even stated that because of his own personal interest, he don't want to put the country into political turmoil. That is why Goodluck Jonathan considered defeat. But Tinubu, you know, we have two types of politician. We have the lion politician and we have the fox politician. When we say the lion politician, those are people that are out. They are looking for whatever they want to do that. For example, you know, the politics that are being played by Konkoso, Tinubu, Ganduje, those people are lion politicians. Once if they want to do something, they have to achieve it. They want to get it. But when it comes to fox politicians normally they use their own brain. There are types of politicians that follow everything deep by deep. For example, the former Accountant General of the Federation,
you know,
Ibrahim Santankombo.
Yes, Abakari. I would like us to continue this conversation. But whatever the decision is, it is not about, you know, getting an expensive nomination for.
Of course, it's very, very expensive.
We'll get the results at the end of 2027 election. Because you can afford the form does not mean you're a winner already.
I prayed may the best win.
Yes, we'll be moving on to the next newspaper front page, the Daily Sun, and it says NLC cries out over workers' worsening conditions.
You know, in the next 1st May, we'll be celebrating, Nigerians will be celebrating Workers' Day.
Yes, and our workers are nothing to write home about in Nigeria, if you ask me.
Of course, if you look at the working condition, their take-home fees, the remuneration, the welfare packages, and everything, you have to just
But the economic situation of the country does not even align with the take-home of these workers. So, what the Nigerian workers, do they even have anything to celebrate on the workers day, apart from just staying at home?
Well, they have to celebrate because they are still alive.
It is not about being alive. This is not about being alive. This is about celebrating
the Workers' Day and the
yes.
impact of the Workers' Day. Of course, I saw the president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, lamenting the minimum wage that most Nigerians are collecting, and he even stated that even if a Nigerian worker collect the sum of 1 million naira is not enough, looking at the condition, the economic condition, the economic situation that Nigerians mostly
you know,
are.
I know some people will applaud President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because he actually, you know, contributed to the increase of the minimum wage. But when you look at...
Is the minimum wage implemented? Got to many states, especially in the northern Nigeria, most of the minimum wage are not even implemented.
And some would have started receiving the minimum wage. Some would have started receiving the minimum wage. Yes, we know in as much as some people are not receiving the minimum wage. That is accepted. But even for those who are receiving the minimum wage, can you compare that to the economic situation of the past to the present? Is it about increasing the minimum wage or trying to curb the, you know, effect of the hard economic situation on citizens?
You know, it's just a matter of putting good policies that will tame the issue of inflation in the country. Because if you are receiving the sum of 30,000 naira, then that was maybe 10 years ago.
People who receive less are then even enjoy better.
Appreciating,
yes, than people who are receiving more and increased salary now. It doesn't even fit in to the daily routine of their lives.
Then let me tell you something, like, it's only in Nigeria that you see a worker in level 8 or 9 or even level 10. He's just battling with the basic needs. When I say basic need, he's just looking for a shelter to survive, a food to feed his family, tuition fee for his children, and he is parading himself as a civil servant, somebody that is working for the government. But let me also remind you, they also have their own issue.
Which is?
All those public officers, all those public people that come into the public office, do you think that they are embezzling the fund, allegedly? They are doing it alone? They have to connect with the civil servants so that they can show them way. Ogaso, you are appointed. This is so that you will do. These are all allegations that have been going on. But if they could have stand firmly, maybe as a minister, I'm appointed as a minister, and I come to the ministry, maybe I'm here to make change. Good policies that will enhance your own future and the future of your children. Okay, I'm here to do the needful. I have support from them. Then we will change the narrative.
I feel like this
and the situation,
these cries and call-outs will have been reduced if those leaders who are actually going to, you know, have the meetings with the leaders are actually coming back to do the right thing.
And there are some
I feel like sometimes they just give them silent
treatment,
silent agreement. They give them some token, and it doesn't get to the grassroots. It doesn't get to the rest of the workers. It's just on the leaders. So if we're going to be calling out on the federal government all the time, we need to also check ourselves as the citizens.
Then not only federal government, even the state government and even the government at the grassroots level, which is the local government, they have to come and do something that will enhance the life and quality of a civil servant. Because a civil servant will work for 35 years. At the end of his service, he will go back home with a sum of, just people from the state, they will go back home with a sum of 8 million, 9 million, 10 million. While somebody that served for just 8 years will go back home with a sum of almost 200 and something million.
For the 8 million, 10 million you're talking about, that is for people who are even able to
lucky to receive
lay
that.
Their hands
we have recently discussed our gallant officers, police officers, then where they were protesting last week in the street of Abuja.
Which is an embarrassing
so
situation.
Nigeria's problem needs a holistic approach that will at least redefine the system. Let us make the system more feasible, governable, transparent to those that are coming after us.
Well, it is so sad that even in as much as people are crying out the NLC, you know, kidnapping,
it's not even the NLC
insecurity.
That are even crying. ASU are also crying.
ASU are also crying.
SANU are also
even
crying.
SANU are also crying. But it is sad that our politicians are preparing ahead of the 2027 election. If they could just, you know, release that 100 million naira for the nomination for these people, probably it would have gone a long way. Maybe their expectations are not even up to that amount. want, but this is Nigeria.
Well, I pray
this
Nigeria one day will get better, even if we are not alive. Maybe those people that are going to come after us.
Yes, Abubakar is always praying that Nigeria should get better one day. With this, we've come to the end of S24 newspaper review with Abubakar. Thank you so much. Now we'll be moving on to the next segment, which is S24 Reports, coming to you after the break. Please stay with us.
The Nigerian government has inaugurated a new board for the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, marking a key step in the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act. Speaking at the ceremony, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, described the board as central to strengthening governance in the oil and gas sector.
The inauguration of this board is a key milestone in the implementation of the Petroleum Industry Act. The PIA was enacted to reform the sector by entrenching clarity of rules, regulatory independence, accountability, and global best practices. As the apex governance body of the Commission, this board is expected to provide strategic oversight, policy direction, and institutional stability that will enhance investor confidence and promote sustainable development in the upstream sector.
The Chief Executive of the Commission, Orise Mayowa ISL, assured that the Commission is ready to work closely with the new board to deliver on its mandate. She said the leadership will maintain key high standards and ensure that the full value of the Petroleum Industry Act is realized for Nigerians.
And today we have the benefits of a board to give us direction, to steer the affairs of the Commission in the right direction.
In his remarks, the new board chairman, Magnus Abe, pledged to provide strong strategic direction and effective oversight for the Commission.
We want to assure you that the charge that you have read to us this morning is very well understood. We won't just listen to it. We will take the charge back. We will study it. And we assure you and we assure the country that we're going to do our best to work with the management, ensure that there is every high standard, that we will meet all expectations, not just of the Commission and the government, but indeed of the Nigerian people.
With the new board in place, expectations are high that the Commission will enhance governance, boost investors' confidence, and drive sustainable development in Nigeria's upstream petroleum sector. Kabir Abdurraouf, S24 Television.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Political Arena on S24 Television with me, Abubakar Turaki. Kano politics is different from many parts of the northern Nigerian politics. It is strongly shaped by personal loyalty, influence, and how politicians shape their power and resources. Group linked to Rabiu Musa Konkosu and Abdullahi Umar Ganduje shows that people often follow individual more than political parties or idea in Kano politics. It is all about government structure, but also about trust, loyalty, and a long-standing relationship. This afternoon, I am joined by my guest, Zainab Nasir Ahmed, the executive director of Yospis from Kano State, to help us understand why Kano politics is taking different dimension ahead of 2027 general election. Zainab Ahmed, welcome to Political Arena on S24.
Thank you, Abubakar. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you, Zainab. So, Zainab, once if we mention Kano, the perception from many Nigerians, the political tension that is going on in Kano State is different. why are we having different kind of political tension in Kano State ahead of 2027?
Well, when people mention issues like this, I always say Kano politics has always been like this. Let's go back to history of the NPC and the NEPU movement, the emancipation of the Talakawas, as they said then. So it was a very tense situation then, more brutal than this, because as of then, there are so many developments that we don't have, which we have now. So it has always been like this, coming down to the current situation of the Kano State governor, who recently defected to another political party, and the tension that is going on between him and his godfather that brought him to power due to his massive followership, yes, of the Konkosia movement. So it's just like this.
It has been there.
It has been there, nothing new.
Okay, so we have seen recently the way the leader of the NMPP, even though he has defected to the ADC, the coalition movement, he have been lamenting, and we have seen in his recent interview with newsmen, he stated that what the current governor of Kano State did is a pure betrayal. Don't you think that it's all about interest, and politicians with their interests, you cannot separate interest and politician?
I'm seeing it as a political interest.
Okay. Why?
Yes, because even the Konkosia movement, they have been moving from one political party to another. He was in PDP before, he moved to APC, and now he moved to NNPP, and now he is currently with ADC. So he has been going to different political parties in order to find a party that is going to align with his political interests. And even the Kano State governor, from what he has been saying and what his aides has been saying, that they defected to APC, they stated their reasons because the NNPP party, it has so many court cases. Yes, the internal party conflict. So I'm just seeing it as interest. It just depends on the masses to understand which interests align more with what is going to benefit the common man.
So why is it that there has been an intense squabble, especially in Kano politics, among the masses? But if you look at, there is a synergy between the leaders of the party, because we have seen 2019 when Nasiru Gawuna wanted to succeed the former governor of Kano State. But look at it now. Nasiru Gawuna is in coalition with Konkoso. And now Abba, he has actually aligned with Gandujia. So what can you say about that?
So from 1999 to date, we have these two camps, the Konkosia and the Gandujia.
Those are the two major dominant political parties in Kano State.
Because 1999 to 2020, to 2003, it was Konkoso who was the governor of Kano State. Then Malam Ibrahim Shekaro, then Abdullah Umar Ganduje, then now Abba Kabir Yusuf. So you see, Kwankwaso and Ganduje, they were once in the same political camp before they now decided to go their separate ways. And anybody that wanted to join a particular camp, you are either with the Gandujia or the Kwankwasia movement. Even Dr. Abi Musa Kwankwaso, when he was speaking about the depiction of Abba, he said Abba carried, he mentioned a Hausa named Akushi. He carried the Akushi, yes, a ball, yes, and took it to the Gandujia camp. That was his words. So it has always been these two camps. And you see, Malam Ibrahim Shekaro recently defected from PDP to APC. He joined the ruling party of the Abba Gida Gida. So they are all moving from one party to another, because and it's all, yes, across the two biggest camps.
Okay, so talking of 2027 election, there has been report the rate of political violence and the rate of political thuggery in Kano is highly increasing.
Yes.
Especially with the proliferation of drugs, especially hard drugs among the teeming youth of Kano State.
Yes.
You are an executive secretary of your space. what are you doing in order to curtail that issue of political integrity? Because I have been seeing that you have a good synergy between the Kano State Police Command, because we have been seeing your activities, you have been partaking in most of your activities. What are you doing as the executive director in order to cushion that effect?
We are working as partners with the Kano State Police Command and the NDLEA in order to mitigate the challenges of young people in regard to crime and drug abuse. You see, drug abuse is one of the major crises of young people in this generation and is the root of all crimes. Any young person that committed a crime, if you dig deep, you find out that he's an addict. So that drugs push them to commit different criminal behaviors. So some bad eggs among politicians are taking advantage of that. They give them drugs and they push them to go and do things in order to protect their interests, create violence, conflict during political gathering, political campaigns, and what have you. So it's something that they are doing in order to destroy young people, and it affects their productivity, because you will find out that the moment a young person started engaging in such kind of behavior, he will not go to school, he will not engage in any kind of business, he will not be productive in life. So it's something that we saw it as something that, as a non-governmental organization, a youth-led non-governmental organization, this is what we have to do in order to solve the challenges that young people are facing in Kano State.
Okay, when you made mention of youth participation, and we all knew that the number of youth in Kano State, they are more of 2/3 of the population of Kano State. And we have seen recently there have been calls, yearning and aspiration that special seats should be allocated to women in order to participate in politics, due to the people are of the belief that once if the women get the chance and opportunity, some social vices will be curtailed. But a lot of women are not even interested to partake in the political system. When I say political system, I mean active political system, not just toggery political participation. So what are your call to women out there? If they really believe that they have the zeal and they have something to offer, why are they not coming very close to the decision making?
So
what are your calls to them?
Youth and women, they are the wealth of politics in Kano State. They are the most active. They are the voters, they are the political mobilizers, and even our digital world, they are the ones that dominated the narrative on digital media. So, you know, there is this issue of lack of awareness. They are participating, they have so much interest in politics, but they don't know where to hit. Because,
what do you mean by that?
From the people that mostly, let's say the politicians,
with them?
yes, they are seeing politics as something that they will just participate in order to have a godfather, in order to support them with something that will sustain their life, not to see them on the table of decision making. So they don't have such awareness. We have the not too young to run
movement.
Yes. It's a law now. And we have been pushing for the reserve seat for women bill. But the people, or let's say the women that are participating in politics, you'll find out that most of them, they are not educated and they lack awareness. So they will be committing different sort of blunders that people will start, or even respectable women will start showing away from participating in politics because of what they are seeing from those women that are dominating the space.
So now basically you're speaking to them that they should try and embrace politics from the bottom of their heart.
Yes.
Because recently we have seen a lawmaker from USA, Ilham. She has been doing well. And the perception, you spoke about godfatherism and money politics. So how can we break that chant, that barrier of godfatherism among women and youth in Kano State?
There should be massive awareness. We don't know the the strength that we have as women and youth. I said we are the wealth of Kano politics. So, but these politicians will not allow us to understand our strength.
Why did you say that? Because you already mentioned that you have the almost like 50% of the population.
Yes, but they are poor, women and youths. They don't have the resources. They don't have the resources, so it's a challenge, it's a barrier. So to fight that kind of barrier, they need to have massive awareness to understand who they are. Sometimes money play a literal role in politics if there is a strong ideology. For example, the Konkosia ideology. You always have the massive bots, but money politics is not common in Konkosia politics. They see it as something that they have to do it because they believe in the movement.
They have ideological perception.
Yes, they have this kind of ideological inclination compared to other camps that you have. If you don't have money, you cannot even contest. If you look at like even the forms of some political parties, you will see 100 million, 50 million. So I don't think there is any young person that have the capability to purchase such kind of forms unless he has somebody like a godfather that is going to support him.
Which
with
is one of the major barriers.
Yes,
nowadays.
it's a major barrier. But if we come together as youth and women, we will definitely grab those seats because population is not something to joke with. We have the numbers, we have the energy, and we have the time. So we can do it.
So speaking about the population, the zeal, the idea,
yes,
but the issue of godfatherism and money politics is actually dragging them back. So we have seen recently when the present administration came into board, the likes of Mariam Shetty was a minister designated.
Yes.
So what happened? Don't you think that there is still not synergy among women and youth? Because we have been seeing calls among the people of Kano State calling them that she was not supposed to be nominated as minister. Don't you think that there is still ego among the youth? And the youth have to do something differently in order to change the narrative.
You know, her name was sent to the Senate before.
For screening.
Yes, because before it was retracted. So I am seeing it as more of a party politics. Not really, I don't think any opinion will like stop the presidency from confirming her as a minister. If they decided to confirm her. There are so many people that were appointed. And there is so much, let me call it noise from people that don't like them. And it doesn't change the decision of the people in power. So people can say whatever they want to say. Maybe that's their own personal opinion on her. Maybe they don't know, they did not get to know her and to understand her achievements and to understand that she can do it. I think there are so many ministers that doesn't have her level of qualifications and her exposure. So I'm just seeing it as something related to their political party of the APC, not really what people are saying. It will not change anything. I don't think that's what changed the president's mind to retract her. And maybe there is something that the general public are not aware of.
Okay, Zena, before we call it a day, ahead of 2027, we have seen recently some videos going out, went viral yesterday. The way women are moving around the street of Kano, portraying some political shenanigans. And this kind of political shenanigans may likely destabilize the unity in Kano State. What are your odds to the people of Kano ahead of 2027 in order for them to embrace party unity, free, fair, and credible election? Let them avoid political violence ahead of 2027 because the stability of Kano is the stability of the northern Nigeria and Nigeria at large.
We have a meeting under the umbrella of the Kano network of NGOs, which I happen to be their co-chair with the Kano State Police Command, and we discussed this same issue, the political violence that might come up due to the general election. And we focus particularly on political campaigns on social media because this is where young people and women do their things. And I think there are so many proactive measures which the security are coming up with. And at our own level, we are trying to organize massive awareness movement trainings in order to make these young people understand.
Be fully aware of their rights.
We are going to bring the spokesperson of different political parties. We are going to bring the contestant. We did it before in 2023, and we are going to do it again in order to ease the tension so that we will have a free, fair, and peaceful election in Kano State.
Thank you so much, Zainab. Thank you so much for speaking to us on S24 television. And that is all what we have on S24 television. And that is all what we have on Political Arena. Stay tuned for our S24 documentary and S24 report. Thank you.
In Kigali, a quiet transformation is unfolding. A new generation of women artists is reshaping the city's creative identity, turning art into voice, livelihood, and community. In a sunlit garden, artist Sega Zaidi Rago is redefining what art can look like. Using a tufted gun, she builds portraits not with paint, but with layers of yarn thread by thread until human faces emerge with texture and depth. When Sega arrived in Kigali, she had no network, no gallery access, and no clear path into the art world. That changed when she met someone who would open doors for many others.
I met Jemima when I first moved to Kigali. I didn't really know any other artists. I wasn't familiar with the galleries or how exhibitions were put together in this country. And that is how we met. She brought 5 East African women together to organize a joint exhibition. After that, I essentially became part of the local art scene.
That person is Jamima Kakizi, a painter turned cultural organizer. She founded the Impudu Art to support women who were often excluded from mainstream art spaces. What began as personal struggle became a shared platform for visibility and opportunity.
I am a creator, I'm an artist, and I also created a platform for women artists, but it all started because it was also hard for me to get opportunities as a woman artist and make a living, from my art. I thought that coming together would give us more visibility. And also, when I started doing art, I think I knew like 3 women who were practicing, which is like a very small number.
Inside exhibitions filled with color and texture, women artists are no longer isolated voices, but a growing collective presence. Mokayo reflects on this shift.
To be able to find a space that is actually centering women and looking into their experiences, I think is something that is quite precious and needs to not only happen more often, but actually needs to be encouraged a lot, because I don't think we see that quite often. More often than not, it's like one artist, one woman artist, and then like 7 men. And to be able to have a space that has like more than like 5, 6 women, I'm elated to see that.
For many, this is the first time they're creating in spaces designed with them in mind. Outside the galleries, Kigali is changing rapidly. A modern skyline rises, reflecting a city in transition. Within this transformation, art spaces like Simple Living Art Gallery are helping redefine cultural value. Nigerian curator Ademola Additional observes these shifts closely.
Jemima, from my observation, she's actually trying to push her way through to see that female artists earn living from the practice. Living from the practice. In Rwanda, as of today, she's a force to be reckoned with when it comes to managing female artists, promoting female artists, and encouraging female artists.
Without platforms, artists remain unseen. With platforms, they begin to grow. For Jemima Kakizi, the mission has now expanded beyond exhibitions. It is now about survival, helping artists turn creativity into income.
When I see that artists are able to make a living from their art, so that's the first one. The second would be to see more art spaces in Kigali and Rwandans being part of it, because now things are changing, and I'm very happy to see that Rwandans are buying even artworks. They're collecting. There are not many, but it's something that has started, which wasn't there when I started doing art.
Slowly, a cultural shift is emerging. Rwandans are beginning to collect local art, invest in it, and value it differently.
African artists, especially female artists, to make a living out of their works, the first thing is to give them platform. Actually, several people never knew that they could actually make living out of art, especially female artists. But nowadays, when they are given platform, from there they will begin to grow.
In Kigali, art is no longer just expression. It is structure, it is livelihood, it is community being rebuilt. And at the center of this change are women who are no longer waiting for space, they are creating it.
Hello and welcome to your Tech Update. I'm Gladys Esuko, bringing you the latest developments shaping the world of technology and digital innovation. We begin in Nigeria's capital, where the UNESCO is taking a bold step toward digital empowerment. The International Media and Information Literacy Institute, also known as IMILI, is being officially unveiled in Abuja. This initiative is set to strengthen digital literacy, equipping individuals with the skills needed to navigate today's fast-evolving media and information landscape. And as digital awareness continues to grow, so does the need to protect the data that falls it. The Nigeria Data Protection Commission is wrapping up efforts to safeguard sensitive information ahead of the 2027 general elections. With a focus on protecting the data of over 94 million registered voters, the Commission is prioritizing stronger data security frameworks to prevent breaches and misuse. But beyond protection, technology is also being positioned as a powerful tool to fight corruption. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission is calling on universities, public institutions. Meanwhile, on the global stage, digital transformation continues to reshape industries. Global Consulting from Acadis has announced new senior leadership appointments to boost its digital capabilities. These moves come amid increasing demand for data centers and advanced digital infrastructure, especially within industrial manufacturing. And that brings us to the end of our tech updates, where innovation meets responsibility and technology continue to shape how we live, work, and connect. Stay informed, stay connected, and don't go away. Khadija Mohammed is up next with a hot entertainment update you will love to hear right after this break.
Hello and welcome back from the break, and this is your entertainment update for today, where the gist is always hot and the vibes are louder than your group chat. And trust me, you will want to stay till the end because today's stories are serving music, fashion, travel drama, and even people who can literally call the rain. I'm Khadija Mohammed, and I have got all the entertainment tea you need today, hot, fresh, and definitely not for the weak. Let's jump right in with Big Wiz, because when Wizkid moves, the internet follows as well. The Afrobeat superstar Wizkid has shared behind-the-scenes clips from his hit song, Jam, and fans are loving every second of it. The video was shot in a desert-style location with rugged rocks, luxury SUVs, dancers, and even horses, adding extra drama to the visuals. Wizkid has seen directing the vibe in red hoodies and green dresses, keeping things cool and stylish as always. Olamide even reposted photos from the shoot, calling Wizkid the biggest, and honestly, fans agreed immediately. And away from music, fans are also laughing over Wizkid's tennis moment in Los Angeles, saying the man may have quietly changed career from his present career, from singer to full-time tennis champion. And from music videos to fashion gossip, our next story proves that sometimes one joke can break the internet. You know, when that moment of when social media says one thing and social media refuses to rest, well, Rihanna's name entered the charts. Hollywood star Nicole Kidman has gone viral after joking about kissing Rihanna during a Vogue interview with rapper A$AP Rocky at Chanel's cruise fashion show in France. Both stars were asked what they would do if they swapped their lives for a day. Rocky joked he would steal Nicole's wardrobe,
while Nicole smiled and replied that if she were Rocky, she would get to kiss Rihanna. That answer left Rocky laughing and calling it fire, while fans online did what they do best, turning it into a full social media event. Honestly, Rihanna wasn't even there, but somehow she still stole the spotlight. And now from the red carpet jokes to passport stress, our next story is moving faster than Lagos traffic on a Sunday morning. Imagine visiting 4 countries in one day. Some of us can't even leave the house before noon. The popular streamer Aisha Speed is taking his Caribbean tour to another level by planning to visit 4 countries in just one day. After already drawing a huge crowd in Trinidad and Nevis and St. Martin on April 30th, the full trip will be live streamed from morning till night and is backed by Expedia. Fans are excited to see Caribbean music, dance, and culture get global attention, especially with stops like Rihanna's childhood home. Some people say the schedule is too fast for real cultural connection, but others believe the exposure could boost tourism and bring serious international attention. Either way, one thing is sure about Speed: he's not slowing down anytime soon. And finally, let's leave celebrity drama for a moment and step into something deeper: culture, tradition, and a little mystery. Because not every powerful story trends on the social media. Some have it living for centuries. Among the Dinka people of South Sudan, there exists a powerful cultural tradition centered around people believed to control rainfall. These special families often called rainmakers, and they are seen as spiritually chosen by ancestors and trusted with one of the community's greatest responsibility, bringing rain, and even neighboring communities have depended on them, especially during difficult farming season, where survival depends heavily on rainfall. Their role shows how deeply tradition and belief remain connected to everyday living, proving that culture is often the strongest bridge between the past and the future. And that's a wrap on today's entertainment update. If you miss anything, don't worry. Tomorrow, we will be back with more G's hotter than a press. Puff, puff. Puff, puff. Until then, stay entertained, stay smiling, and please, if you see which kid on the tennis court, let him serve in peace. I'm Khadija, and I will catch you next. Coming up next is Sports News with Martha after the break.
Welcome back from that break. Here's your latest sports updates for today from across Nigeria, Africa, and the world. We begin in the Union of European Football Associations UEFA Champions League, Europe's biggest club football competition. It was a night of drama as Paris Saint-Germain PSG defeated Bayern Munich, scoring 5-4 in a thrilling semi-final first leg played yesterday. Paris Saint-Germain looked completely in control, racing to a 5-2 lead with Ousmane Dembele scoring twice in an outstanding performance. But Bayern Munich refused to give up. They fought back late in the game, scoring 2 quick goals to bring it to 5-4, creating intense pressure and a very tense finish. The final moments were filled with anxiety as Paris Saint-Germain struggled to hold on, but in the end, they secured the win. Now, attention shifts to the second leg, which will be played next week Wednesday in Germany, where Bayern Munich will have another chance to turn things around in front of their home fans. Still in the Union of European Football Association Champions League, we look ahead to another major clash. Atletico Madrid will take on Arsenal in the second semi-final. The first leg will be played in Madrid, Spain, at Atletico's home ground, where the atmosphere is expected to be intense and highly competitive. Both teams are fighting for a place in the final, and just like the Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich match, fans are expecting another game full of tension, passion, and drama. The stakes are very clear. Whoever wins this tie will face the winner of Paris Saint-Germain versus Bayern Munich in the final. In rugby, Judd North has announced he will retire from Rugby Union at the end of the season. Rugby Union is a full-contact sport played with an oval-shaped ball. George North has been one of the most respected players in the game, representing Wales for many years. He earned over 120 international appearances, scoring 47 tries, and became known for his strength, speed, and consistency on the field. His retirement marks the end of a remarkable career and the closing chapter of an era for Welsh rugby. And finally, in Nigeria, Super Falcons are set to discover their qualification path to the 2028 Summer Olympics. The Olympics, also known as the Olympic Game, is a global sporting event held every 4 years, bringing together athletes from around the world. The qualification draw will determine the teams Nigeria will face as they aim to secure one of the limited spots available for African nations. For the Super Falcons, this is the beginning of another important journey as they hope to represent Nigeria once again on the world stage. That'll be all on Sports Update. Up next is Pidgin News with Sadiq Yusuf after the break.
Welcome, Naija people. Make we quick touchlight today to read. No time. The number one story today be say President Bola Ahmed Tinubu don ready to run for office again for 2027. On Tuesday, one Honorable James Faleke don go buy the APC expression of interest and nomination form for Abuja for Oga Presido, make he run for the second time again. The money where they pay for the form now 100 million naira. Now the APC National Organizing Secretary Suleiman Adrogungu hand over the papers to Faleke for the party headquarters. This one means say Tinubu don officially show say he won't be president for second term, and Oga James Faleke don't pay for him form. New plan to fight hunger for Nigeria don land. The federal government don't bring out one new plan to make sure say food plenty and people feed the chop well for Nigeria. This plan now from 2026 reach 2035. Nigeria don't set up 10-year plan from now reach 2035 to make sure say food plenty and people go feed the chop well to avoid malnutrition. Vice President Kashim Shettima and the Nutrition Council now then bring the matter out, and they don't send them to the Federal Executive Council, make them sign them. They say they won't stop all the sickness where hunger they give children and even adults. They can say all government offices get 1 year to join the plan, and all states must start their own food councils too, to make sure say the idea reach everywhere for Nigeria. They can say this one means say by 2035, families for all the 774 local government areas for Nigeria suppose they chop better food we get vitamin. EFCC don't follow universities and say make themselves they use artificial intelligence for their work. The oga for EFCC, Ola Olukoyede, don't tell Nigerian universities say make them start to use artificial intelligence take work. He talk this one for one conference wey happen for Kano. He say if schools use this new computer system, it go reduce corruption wey dey for school side. He say e go aid transparency, and he can't tell the school say make them make sure say they work with EFCC to train students on cyber security and everything wey even the university staff suppose know about AI to make their work easy and make everybody join hand together to fight corruption from every corner. Wahala still dey for Zamfara State as armed bandits go attack Lilo village for Gusau. The thing fear people well, so tey many of them don't run comot for their house, leave their property because of the shooting. As we dey talk, so the villagers they find where to hide for other towns because the bandits they disturb the rural areas for the state too much. One big drama again don't happen for oil matter. United Arab Emirates UAE talk say they no do OPEC again. They don't comot themselves from OPEC. OPEC na the group of countries where they come together to decide how much oil everybody go sell for the world. UAE say they want sell more oil pass wetin the group don't decide for them. Ask, did they look, did they expect say if Nigeria go fit increase the amount of oil where we dey pump to make more money, even though we still get small wahala to reach our normal target. For outside Nigeria, some fighters where they call jihadists and Tuareg rebels don't collect one big town for Mali, where they call Kidal. They face the Mali soldiers and the Russian soldiers where they help them reach the point. Say the soldiers will run come more for the town. Kidal is a very important place for Mali, and as the rebels don't collect them, so it means say the fight for that country go get as it be. My people, we go hang